Imagine this for a second. You risk $100 on a trade and you end up winning $600 back. Sounds crazy, right? But this is exactly what happened on a trade I shared recently. We pulled in a solid 8 risk to reward win. Now, before you start thinking this is a kind of mystical hocus pocus setup, it is not. Let me tell you, this is just simple demand and supply strategy. No fancy indicator. Now, if you are managing a huge capital or maybe let's say $100,000 profit account, a single trade like this is enough to change your entire week or sometimes even your entire month. What I want to do in this video is to take you step by step into how this trade happened. I will show you the exact supply zone that I marked out for this trade and how you can mark out your own demand and supply accurately. I will also expose why I trusted this setup when most people would have ignored. And also, at the end of this video, I will expose how I managed this trade to squeeze out 8 risks to reward without panicking or closing too early. If you are a kind of trader who is tired of failing profit challenges, blurring accounts, over trading and so on, then stick with me, because by the time we are done, you'll be able to know how to trade my demand and supply strategy like a pro. Now, before you jump into the charts, I am J. I'm here to help everyone who wants to become a profitable trader. So all you have to do is to click that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I drop a new video like this. And also don't forget to join our trading community. Here we share trading signals and we also share updates that can help you become a profitable trader. Now, without further ado, let's jump in. First, you need to understand what demand and supply is. Demand and supply are not the regular support and resistance you see everywhere on the charts. Demand and supply are places or regions with small consolidation. Then after the small consolidation, we have massive push up to the upside or to the downside. If we get a small consolidation, then a massive push to the upside, we call that region demand zone. Then if you have small consolidation and a massive pull down to the downside, then we call that region supply zone. Some people don't want to accept the fact that demand and supply are not support and resistance. Demand and supply are very different from support and resistance. You can call anywhere support and resistance, but not every support and resistance are demand and supply. So if you use this simple step, you will be able to mark out the accurate demand zone for buys and the accurate supply zone for sells. Now, another thing I used for this setup is trend line. You can use your trend line to identify when a trend is coming to an end, when a trend is strong, and when the market is about to reverse. Now, let's jump into the chart. Let's see how you can do the same. Before you skip away, click that subscribe button and join our trading community because we still have a lot to share with you. Now, enjoy. This is 1 day time frame and this pair is AUDJPY. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I saw that made me took this trade. And to begin with, you have to first of all do top-down analysis. The purpose of this top-down analysis is to identify the order flow of the market from the higher time frame before you go down to the lower time frame for entry or for confirmation. So from this 1 day time frame, we can see here that market broke structure here. Market went up, then broke structure. So you know that's possibility that markets after going up again, it will break structure. So on this 1 day time frame, I'm just bearish. That is what I did. I'm bearish on 1 day time frame. So secondly, since I'm bearish on 1 day time frame, I have to mark out supply zones from this 1 day time frame. What I want to see is if the price comes to that supply zone, I will go down to 1 hour time frame to look for another supply zone with endorsement, and I will take my trade there. Okay, so if we zoom, you see this is a very strong bearish. This is a very strong bearish candle. Okay, so I marked out my supply zone there because it is a very strong bearish candle. Another reason why I considered such supply zone was because it broke structure. As you can see from here, we had a break of structure after the supply zone formed. Okay, and this is the supply zone. Okay, so I waited patiently for the price to pull to that supply zone before I go down to 1 hour time frame to see what is happening. So before we go down to 1 hour time frame to look for confirmation, we have to ask ourselves a question. What is the market doing at this moment? We have higher high, the market came down and broke the high, creating another higher high. Okay, the market came down again and broke another high. So it is clear that the market is uptrend here. So what I wanted to say, because you cannot just come and put your entry at this daily supply zone and put your TP here, because I'm not even sure if the market will come down to that zone. And before the market comes down to that zone, it will take a year or more than 6 months. So we don't want to do that, right? So we just go to 1 hour time frame and look for confirmation. But before then, we can connect this low, this low, this low with our trend line, because it is a valid trend line. Okay, so the purpose of doing that is so that we will know when the trend is coming to an end. So this is the trend line. Because of this, we have 3 touches here. Remember, a valid trend line must have at least 3 touches. So we have touch 1, second touch, third touch. So you can see here, when the market touched the supply zone, it did what? It broke this trend line, showing that sellers have got some momentum from this supply zone. See, whenever you are trading, you have to tell yourself stories. Don't just say, oh, this is my resistance, this is my trend line, I think the market will sell from here, I think the market will buy from here. You don't do that, okay? Tell yourself stories. As you can see, we marked out our daily supply zone and we waited patiently for the price to tap into that daily supply zone, and we have our trend line. When the price tapped into that supply zone, it broke the trend line, showing that sellers have gained momentum. So with that, we can go down to 1 hour time frame to mark out our supply zone that we will take a sell from. So these are the 2 supply zone we have at 1 hour time frame. But the question you will ask yourself is, we have 2 supply zones, which one is valid? Before I explain the one that is valid and why it is valid, you have to understand the reason why I marked out these zones as our supply zone. I told you that supply zones are areas or zones with small consolidation, and after that we have massive push down to the downside. That's a supply zone. Small consolidation and we have massive push down to the downside. Okay, so if we zoom clearly, see, this is a very strong bearish candle, and this is just small consolidation, and it did what? It dropped massively. And here again, it is a massive bearish candle. It's ranged a bit before dropping. So these 2 zones are valid supply zone. Okay, so which one is valid and which one should we take our sell from? The answer is simple. You should take your trade from the supply zone that broke the trend line and have inducements. What is inducements? Inducements is a low or high that is created by markets to lure some traders into taking actions. So when traders take actions from that zones, they become liquidity to the market. You know, the market cannot move without liquidity. So the market have to generate liquidity, right? So as you can see, this second supply zone is a liquidity to the first supply zone, and this high is a liquidity to what? To the second supply zone. I repeat, this second supply zone is a liquidity. That is, it is inducement to this first supply zone. And this high is not a supply zone, okay? Because there is no massive push down after the consolidation, so it's not a supply zone, but it is inducement to this second supply zone. So you understand it now. But why did I took my trade from this second supply zone? The answer is very simple. This supply zone is invalid. Why is it invalid? A valid supply zone must have inducement. It is true that this supply zone have inducement, but this inducement must be very near. It must be very near to that POI. This is the inducement to this, right? This second supply zone is inducement to this first supply zone. It is inducement, but it is not near that POI. My POI is my supply zone, just understand. It is not near it, okay? So it is invalid inducement. That means this supply zone is invalid. Before you confirm your inducement, please make sure that your inducement is near your supply zone. Otherwise, it is invalid, okay? If the inducement is far, then that's POI or demand zone or supply zone is invalid. But if you look at this inducement we have here, you will see that it is very near to this supply zone. So this supply zone is valid. And another thing that makes this supply zone valid is because it was the supply zone that caused a break of this trend line. Okay, so it is a very strong supply zone. So in summary, this supply zone is very valid because it caused the break of this trend line, and again, it has a valid inducement. So that's why my entry was at this second supply zone. So you understand it, right? So if you check it, you see that this is just 10 pips stop loss. Some people will tell you, oh, you have a tight stop loss. It's not good. Your stop loss should be above your supply or demand zone if you have inducement. The purpose of the inducement is to protect that supply zone or demand zone. You understand? So since that supply zone or demand zone is protected, just put your stop loss above that demand zone or the supply zone. Any stop loss it gives you is fine. If it is 10 pips stop loss, fine. If it is 20 pips stop loss, fine. Don't fear, okay? Because the market took out liquidity here, I expected that market will come here again to take out this low. So I put my TP there because it is a strong psychological level. That is 97.30. And apart from that, if you check it out, you see this is a strong zone. So it's a strong zone. So if market take out this low that serve as liquidity, then this key level will become strong. So I put my TP there, and that made this trade 1:8 risk to reward. So in summary, I started the analysis from daily time frame. I mapped out my supply zone. I waited patiently for the market to pull to that supply zone. I took my trend line and I got a trend line break. I marked out my supply zone. I checked my inducements. I checked the one that is valid, and I took the trade. It is very simple. I shared this setup before it played out with the community members, and some of them took the trade and made money. So you can still join us, learn how to trade for free, and also take our free signals. If you have any question, don't hesitate to drop it in the comment box. You are welcome. The only strategy I use is demand and supply zones. I don't use indicators. I don't use other strategy except demands and supply. So make sure you join our trading committee so you can get trading updates and trading signals that can help you become a successful trader. Also, don't forget to use that subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever I drop a life-changing video like this. Thank you for watching. See you at the top. Goodbye.